Hi everyone and welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to discuss the importance of smell in enology and to go through the ways of detecting wine aromas. Generally speaking, the smell is often the sense amongst our five that is underrated and sometimes neglected. Indeed, we tend to realize the importance and existence of smell only when we smell something bad. But when comes the moment we have colds or allergy and then the loss of our ability to smell comes, therefore meals and everything we eat and drink lose all its purpose. But before we go further, we need to understand how smell works. Similar to taste, it is part of our chemosensory system or chemical senses. The ability to smell comes from sensory cells attached to the olfactory neurons, which are located in the tissue of our nose. Those cells are directly connected to our brain. Each of those olfactory neurons have one odor receptor. Those last ones are stimulated by microscopic molecules that are released by substance in the environment. Those can be the searing of a steak, the brewing of a coffee, or the smell of a flower, for example. Once the neurons detect the molecule, they simply send the message to our brain, which identifies the smell. It is important to say that there are in the environment more smells than there are odor receptors. Therefore, some molecules stimulate a specific combination of neurons, creating a unique message to the brain to identify what smell it corresponds to. As we just mentioned that the brain identifies the smell, it is important to have therefore a good smell memory or library to detect those in wine while sniffing it. This is why it is highly encouraged to train your brain to those smells. So every time you eat a fruit, you slice an apple or a peach, you crush some berries, go ahead and smell them. Train your brain to recognize those smells. So why smell is important when we eat? Because the molecules reach the olfactory neurons through two paths. One is obviously through our nostrils, and the second one through our mouth, as there is a connection between the top of our throat and our nose. This is where the retronasal olfaction is activated. When doing wine tasting and you slurp to incorporate air, you activate the retronasal olfaction, which gives freedom to all the aromas of the wine through your palate, letting it express them to the fullest. Another example, if you're having some noodles in some part of Asia, I would like to give as an example in Japan. You may hear some people slurping, at times very loudly while eating those, as the flavors are intensified by doing so. Therefore, the tasting experience becomes better. Coming back to the wine, it is said that there are about 1,000 aromas compound in a glass of wine, which makes wine bouquet or nose very complex and diverse. So how to smell them all? Well, it is easy to smell but difficult to identify or recognize all aromas. So apart from the exercises or brain training mentioned earlier, there are existing tools that help recognize aromas in wine. One of the tools is le nez du vin, which translates in French the nose of the wine. It is a collection of small glass vials that contains the essence of some flowers, fruits, spices, etc. that can be found in wine. This is a tool that is widely recognized and recommended in the wine world and ideal for training. Another tool is the Wheel of Aromas of Anne-C. Noble or other chemists or writers that classify aromas based on bigger categories, floral, fruity, spicy, and narrowing down to specific aromas. So for example, if when you're tasting your wine, you can smell your wine and try to identify the aromas by this. Let's say you're smelling your wine, oh, I recognize fruity aromas. Is it more of a stone fruit, more of a berries? And narrowing it down, you can identify which berry does it correspond to. So this is another good training for your brain. Of course, as much as those tools can help, not everyone do smell the same and agree on what we smell. And same goes with the taste, as our nose and tongue are not identical. So variation can exist, however those tools can generally give a good guide in our oenological analysis. So to end this video, I would like to put the importance on smell as it also brings memory. You may recognize the smell of a certain perfume that your mother used to put, the smell of a specific lavender field where you used to play when you were a kid. Those are similar in wines. They might bring back good memories of your past and makes us feel them again, make us enjoy them again. So thank you for watching this video and see you next time for another one. Cheers! Thank you for watching this episode and don't forget to subscribe, like and share.